This is word practice test skill review number 3. Number 1 says to split the document anywhere on the first page. In the top pane, demote the note paragraph until it is under the Fast Ethernet heading. Note, leave the outline document view open when you are finished. So you want to click anywhere into your first page. I'm going to put my cursor right before this paragraph, the original Ethernet. I'm going to go up to my View tab and select Split. So it makes 2 individual windows. Now in the top section, if you need to, you can make your window bigger by moving the split. You see the crosshairs that I get here. I can click and drag that down if I need more room to see up top. Now I want to scroll down. Actually, I want to put this in the outline view first. So View tab, Outline. And then I want to find the note heading, which is here. I'm going to click on this arrow to the left of it to highlight that whole section. And I need to demote this. Sorry, my mouse has a mind of its own. I want to demote this section until it is directly in line with the Fast Ethernet heading, which is right here. So on my outlining tab, I'm going to hit the demote button, which is this right pointing single arrow. So that's 3 times until it's lined up with Fast Ethernet. I'm going to deselect the text, and it says to leave the outline view open. Number 2, protect the document so that editing is restricted to track changes. Enforce the protection using the password net+G. I'm going to go up to my Review tab and select Restrict Editing. And in the second section, Editing Restriction, I want to allow only this type of editing. So I'm going to select that checkbox. And then from the drop down, I'm going to select Tracked Changes. And in the Start Enforcement section, I want to add a password to this. So yes, start enforcing protection. And make sure you enter this password correctly. So it's capital N, then we have ET, capital P, LUS, $, and capital G. You can tab over to re-enter it. Go ahead and type that in again. And then click OK. You can see this document is protected from unintentional editing now. I can close out that task pane and hit Next. Number 3, ensure that open documents are automatically saved every 5 minutes. File tab, down to Options. Then I want my Save category. And here we have Save Auto Recovery Information every, we want to set this to 5 minutes. Click OK. Open sales report as a read-only file. Save the document as a Word template. So File, Open, Browse. You want to navigate to your Geometrics Templates folder. Here we have Sales Report, but you don't want to just click Open. We want to open this as read-only. So that drop-down arrow right next to the Open button, we're going to select Open Read Only. Now we want to save it as a Word template. So File, Save As, Browse. The Save As type we're going to set to Word template. Does not say to change the name, so we can click Save from here. I have done this question before, so it's asking me if I want to replace it. Click OK. Create a new document based on the template Fax Cover Sheet Origin theme. Type the text, "Please confirm you have received this fax" in the comments section. Note, if 2 templates appear called Fax Origin Theme, use the second one. I'm going to go to File, New. Here I'm going to type Fax Cover Sheet. Oops. parentheses origin theme, and enter to search. If you hover over that, you'll get the full name, fax cover sheet, origin theme, select it, create. Then it says in the comments section, which is down here, I'm going to enter the text, please confirm you have received this fax. Format the following sentence with the strike-through effect and red font color. This is one of these that, again, is being marked in Geometrix as wrong when we're doing it correctly. I'm waiting for this to be fixed as well. This happened with another word test with the red border. I'm wondering if it has something to do with the font color. I did suggest that to the Geometrix team, because when I did the red font border on one of the text boxes, it was marked incorrect. And then this one with the red font color. So I'm wondering if there's some connection there. But anyway, this one will be marked incorrect, more than likely. But again, it may be fixed by the time you're going through it. But I'm going to show you the steps to do it correctly. So we want to find the sentence, even the introduction of CSMA CD did not reduce the latency period. So I'm going to select that sentence. Then it says to apply the strike-through effect. So on the Home tab in the font group, here we have strike-through, which is a single line through that text. Then our font color drop-down. In the standard colors, we want to select the red option. Click Next. Again, it's going to be marked incorrect, but those are the steps to complete that. Click Continue. Modify the sub-objective heading style to use 3/4 point expanded character spacing and center alignment. I'm going to select the Styles dialog box launcher in my from my Home tab, and here I have sub-objective heading. I'm going to right-click on that and select Modify. Here we have left alignment applied. I'm going to select the next button to signify center alignment. And then we want to do our 3/4 point expanded character spacing. So down in the bottom left corner, I'm going to select Format and Font. I want to select the Advanced tab up in the dialog box. Then under character spacing, the spacing drop down, we want expanded by, and we're going to set this, you're going to have to type it in because the arrows aren't going to set it to exactly the number that we want. So that's 0.75 points. You can click OK from here and click OK out of the next as well. And you can close your styles pane. Number 8, replace the first instance of CSMA CD with Carrier Sense Multiple Access Collision Detection CSMA CD in italics. So we're going to go to the Home tab and our Replace command. And we want to find CSMA/CD, and we're going to replace that with Carrier Sense Multiple Access Collision Detection, and then in parentheses CSMA/CD. Close parentheses, but we want that in italics. So making sure that your cursor is still in the Replace With text box, we're going to click More, and then our Format button at the bottom, we're going to select Font, and we want our Font tab at the top, and in the font style, we want to set to italics. Click OK. And now we still need to replace that first instance. So we're going to find the next instance of CSMA CD. You can see it highlights that first instance, and we want to do replace, not replace all. because we don't want to replace all instances of it, just that first one. So after you click that, it'll automatically move to the next. You can close out your dialog box and hit next. Number 9, replace all instances of the word LAN with the phrase local network. So we're going to go back into that replace dialog box. We have to clear this out. So I'm going to backspace and capital LAN, tab over, and we want all lowercase local network. But you can see that font of italic is still set there, so we have to remove that. Format, font, and we're going to set this to regular. Click OK. And then we want to replace all. All done. We've made 9 replacements. Click OK and close out of the dialog box. Indent the bulleted list on page 1 by an additional 1/4 inch and apply a hanging indent of 1/2 inches to the paragraphs that begin with note. So here we have our bulleted list that starts with define and identify. On my home tab, I'm going to hit my paragraph dialog box launcher, and our left indent, we want 0.25. Click OK. Now the second part was to apply a hanging indent of a 1/2 inch to the paragraphs that begin with note. So that's important. There's going to be multiple paragraphs that begin with note. So here's one. I'm going to highlight that. Paragraph dialog box launcher. And then under my special drop down, I'm going to select hanging. And I want that at a 1/2 inch, 0.5. Click OK. And we'll see how many more others we have. Okay, so here's another one. I'm going to do the same thing, highlight that, paragraph dialog box launcher, hanging indent of a 1/2 inch, and click OK. I believe it's just those two, but let's just double check. Okay, so we're good to go. Hit next. Set the after spacing to 18 points for the line Dr. Jane Miller, PhD. All right, so I'm going to highlight that line and then hit my paragraph dialog box launcher. And in the spacing section, we want after to be at 18 points and click OK. The next part is to set the line spacing to at least 12 points for the first paragraph that begins with "It is important." Select the paragraph, hit the paragraph dialog box launcher, and then down towards the bottom, line spacing, we want at least, and set that to 12. Click OK. Insert the text from the file toxins.csv at the bookmark named Toxin Table. Convert the inserted text to a table with fixed width columns. Ensure that the number of columns has defaulted to 4 and are separated by a comma. All right, so first we need to find where the bookmark of Toxin Table is located. So on the Home tab in the Find dropdown, we're going to select Go To. Go to what? We want a bookmark, and the drop down for the bookmarks in this document, we have 3 of them. We're going to choose Toxin Table and hit Go To. We can close that out, and it brings our cursor exactly to where that bookmark is. So you don't want to click anywhere after selecting that bookmark because you'll be in the wrong spot then. Now we're going to insert our text from File, Insert tab, Text command group, our object drop down, and we want to choose text from file. Right now, it's only seeing all Word documents. We want to set this to all files. And we need to get into our Geometrix templates folder. If it defaults back to all Word documents, just go ahead and change that to all files again. But here I have my toxins.csv file. Going to click to select that and hit insert. Now don't get scared because it's going to look like a bunch of mumbo jumbo right now. It's a bunch of words and commas squished together. But we want to highlight all of that text that came from that file, and we're going to format this as a table. So up at our Insert tab, our Table drop-down, we're going to convert text to table. Our number of columns we want to make sure is 4, and we want, our question says fixed width columns. So fixed column width is set to auto. And we want these columns separated at commas. So anywhere there is a comma in each row, that's where the cells are going to separate. So make sure commas is selected and click OK. Now we have a much cleaner setup of that text in our tables. Number 13, add a new row to the bottom of the March 2007 sales breakdown table with the text total in the first column. The easiest way to add a new row to the bottom of an already existing table is to put your cursor in the very last cell. So make sure you're in the correct table first. So we have March 2007 sales breakdown. I'm going to put my cursor all the way at the end here of 9,623. And if you just hit your tab key, it's going to automatically create you a new row. And now you could also go up to the layout contextual tab with your cursor where I had it before and go ahead and insert row below, which is here. But I find tab being much easier when you're at the end of a table. So now we want to put the text total in the first column. And hit next. In the March 2007 sales breakdown table, add the sum formula in the second column totaling all category sales. So scroll down to that same table, put your cursor in that last empty cell. And we're going to go up to the Insert tab. And our Quick Parts drop down, select Field. And with all categories being shown, under field names, we want the equal sign formula selected. And then hit our formula button here. And it's automatically thinking that we want to do the sum of all the numbers above, which we do. So we're going to click OK. And it adds all those figures above for us for a total of 46,628. Number 15, format the text in the symptoms bookmark as a bulleted list. Home tab, our Find drop-down, and select Go To. We want to go to a bookmark. From our drop-down, we're going to select the symptoms bookmark and click Go To. Close that out, and it has that whole entire bookmark highlighted for us. And we want this to be a bulleted list. It does not signify what bullets to use, which means we want to use the default. So on our Home tab, in our paragraph group, we can select the button for bullets. Format the text in the ingredients bookmark as a bulleted list using the checkmark image file. Home tab, Find drop-down, Go To what? We want bookmark. We already have ingredients bookmark selected, so we can hit our Go To button and close. With that text selected, we want to add the checkmark image file as our bulleted list. So with our bullets drop down, we're going to define new bullet using a picture. Now this picture is going to be saved on our computer, so we want to choose from file when this loads. Sometimes if it takes too long, X out of it and try to click on it again and it'll load quicker. You can see it worked there. So we want from a file, hit browse, and we want our Geometrics templates folder, which is located in documents. Here we have our checkmark image. Select it and click insert and click OK, and they have been applied. Insert page breaks before the headings 1, the cyclone, and 2, the council with the munchkins. So scroll until you find 1, the cyclone. Put your cursor right before that number 1. Go to layout and your breaks drop down. Select page. It'll push that heading and everything after to the next page. Now we want to do that to our second heading. And when we get to it, you can see that number 2 is already on a page of its own. So it's already starting a new page. But you still want to add that page break, because even though it's not going to move it, it's still there. So if later on you were to make changes, like let's say in this paragraph, and you added more text and it pushed more text spilling onto the next page, and heading 2 was down here, since you already have that page break in there, it's automatically going to start on the new page for you. So just because you don't see any change now doesn't mean it wouldn't be needed in the future. So again, do the same thing, layout tab, breaks drop down, page. You can see that it doesn't move. That's what you want. Don't go and try to add another one because you can't see it. Ensure that content in all paragraphs is not split across the pages. So the first thing we want to do is select all the text in our document. And instead of clicking and dragging to select everything, make sure you're clicked inside your document, hit Control and the letter A at the same time, and it will select everything for you. So with that selected, you want to go to your paragraph dialog box launcher, and then the line and page breaks tab. You want to check off keep lines together and click OK. Click anywhere outside to deselect the text and hit next. 19, insert page numbers at the bottom of each page except for the first page, using uppercase Roman numerals and plain number 1, then close the footer. Insert tab, my footer drop down. Oh, sorry, not footer. Page number drop down, the bottom of the page, and we want plain number 1, but we want a different first page. So we don't want the number on the first page, so we're going to check off different first page. Then you can go ahead and close your header and footer and hit next. Add a cover page using the Austin theme. Your insert tab, here we have our pages, and you're going to hit the drop down for cover page, and we want to insert Austin. Add a custom watermark with the text pending approval in Impact 80-point font. Design tab, watermark drop-down, and we're going to do a custom watermark. Select the radio button for text watermark, and the default text is ASAP. We're going to delete that and enter pending approval. The font we want is Impact. You can either hit the drop down and start and scroll to select, or you can just backspace what's in there and start typing and then select it. And then our size is set to auto, but we want to set that to 80. Click OK. You can see that's been applied. Add a footer using the facet odd page style. Adjust the footer so that it is displayed 3/10 of an inch from the bottom of the page, and then close the header and footer. Insert tab, footer drop down, and you want to scroll till you find facet odd page. Click to apply that. And with your header and footer design contextual tab open, we want the footer position from the bottom. We're going to change that to 0.3. Once you have that set, you can close your header and footer. #23, align the image to the left of the column and set right only tight wrapping. I'm going to scroll to find my image. Here we have Hype Energy. I'm going to go up to the Format Contextual tab, and in the Wrap Text drop down, I'm going to select More Layout Options. So in our wrapping style, we want to set this to tight, and our wrap text is going to be right only. Then we want to select the Position tab at the top, and in the horizontal section, we're going to select Alignment, Left, Relative, and we want relative to the column. Click OK. Convert the title The Wizard of Oz to word art using the Gradient Fill Aqua Accent 5 Reflection Style. Now this is another one that might be incorrect in your geometrics that I have written about. Hopefully they update this, but let me show you. You want to select the text, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, Insert tab. Then in the text command group, you want to select Insert Word Art drop down. And remember, I'm very particular about always reminding you guys to select exactly how they have it listed. So Aqua, and it says Accent 5 Reflection. If you hover over all of these options, so none of these are Aqua. You can see this one is Gradient Fill Aqua Accent 1 Reflection. The only other Aqua one is here. Aqua Accent 1 Outline Background 1 Hard Shadow. None of these other ones match. So this one, even though it's Accent 1, they are accepting it, but I don't like that they don't have it matched up because that would be marked wrong on the test. So I have contacted them to update this question. So hopefully you'll see it as you're going through that it's been fixed. But just in case, I wanted to bring attention to that. So I'm going to go ahead and click Next, and it's correct. So I think it might have just been a typo on their part in their question. Apply the blue 18-point glow accent color 1 style to the image of the barn, and then rotate the image by 350 degrees. I'm going to select my barn, go up to my Format Contextual tab, my Picture Effects drop down, select Glow, and we want blue 18 point. So here we have blue 18 point glow accent color 1. Click to apply that. And we still need to rotate this. So in the Arrange group of that Format Contextual tab, I'm going to select the Rotate Objects drop down, then go down to More Rotation, and in our Rotate section, we want to enter 350 degrees here. Click OK. On the third page, insert a text box in the simple quote style that reads, "Every message must be repeated at least 13 times." We're going to go down to our third page. You can put your cursor anywhere. Go to the Insert tab, text box drop down, and we want to scroll until we find Simple Quote, which I have here. And then with that already highlighted text in there, we're going to overwrite it to "Every message must be repeated at least 13 times. Set the background color of the text box to a dark variation gradient from the center. So I want to scroll down and find that text box again. Select it to activate our Format Contextual tab. And from the Shape Fill drop down, we're going to select Gradient. And in the Dark Variation section, we want to select the one that says From Center. Number 28, customize Word so that it does not check spelling or grammar as you type. File tab, Options, Proofing, and we do not want it to check spelling or grammar as you type. So my check spelling as you type is already unchecked, but I also want to uncheck mark grammar errors as you type. So both of these first boxes should be unchecked. Click OK. Customize Word's settings so that EOD is replaced automatically with end of day untyped. File tab, Options, Proofing, Autocorrect options, and we want to replace all capital EOD with end of day. Add that, click OK, OK again, and next. Display only the comments from the user Robin Abernathy. Up on the Review tab, in the Show Markup drop-down, we want to hover over specific people, and you can see right now all reviewers are checked off. You can either uncheck all reviewers and then go back and check off Robin, or we only have 2 listed here. I'm just going to click to uncheck Joshua Hester. So if you were to go back and just double check it, you can see now only Robin Abernathy is checked off. For the first paragraph, under the 10 megabytes Ethernet heading on page 1, add a comment that contains "Please review." So I'm going to click and drag to select this whole first paragraph under that heading. Review tab, New Comment. Enter the text "Please review." Click outside of it to save it, and hit Next. Apply a hyperlink to email all your questions in the last sentence of the document. Let me scroll down there. So email all your questions, not the whole entire sentence, just those 4 words. Insert tab. In my links group, select hyperlink. And we're linking to an email address, so make sure that's selected and linked to. And the email address is drnelson@hu.edu. As I'm typing, it adds that mail to : make sure you keep that there. And the subject is going to be healthcare questions. Click OK. Apply a hyperlink to the image that depicts a child holding a cat and link it to the heading, "Are you okay, Sparky?" in the document. So I'm going to click to select that image of the young girl holding a cat. Insert tab, links group, hyperlink. Yours might say link. Place in this document, and here we have the headings, "Are you okay, Sparky?" Click OK. Add a bibliography on a new page at the end of the document. If we scroll all the way to the document, all the way to the end of the document to put our cursor, going to go up to the Insert tab, and in the Pages group, I'm going to insert a blank page. With my cursor on that blank page, I want to go up to References, and then the drop down for bibliography, I'm going to select that first option of bibliography to insert. Hit Next. Insert a citation for the Tyler reference at the end of the sentence, "Gone are the days of selling a product on its own merit." So we want to first find that sentence, which is located in the first paragraph here. We want to put our cursor before the period of that sentence. So directly after the T in merit, because a citation always comes before the period. Unless it's sometimes when it's referencing a whole entire paragraph, it'll be outside of the period, but more often than not, put that inside the period. All right, so with your cursor located there, you're going to go up to your References tab, your Insert Citation drop-down, and we want the Tyler reference. So that's Jason Tyler, How to Sweeten the Lemon, 2004. And it will insert in parentheses Tyler, 2004. Last question, 36. Add a table of contents at the beginning of the document, specifying only sub-objective heading and scope heading styles for the first and second levels, respectively. So we want our cursor at the very beginning of the document, right before characteristics. I'm going to go up to my References tab, Table of Contents drop-down, and select Custom Table of Contents. We want to select our Options button, and you can see that some of these are already set to different levels of the table of contents. We want to reset this, and we're going to scroll down to heading 1, 2, and 3 will always stay. We want to set this down to sub-objective heading. So that one was listed first. We want to put that level 1. And then scope heading is listed second in our question, so we want to enter that as level 2 and click OK. All right, that's the end of Skill Review 3. You'll get to the summary. Remember, this one had the applying the font, the red font that we're having an issue with in the question, but just scroll through and make sure that you answered everything, didn't skip, and you can go ahead and finish that test and submit it.